Hey guys and girls, my name's Snowy. Welcome to part 33 and also, sadly enough, the last episode of Ackton City here in City Skylines 2. Yeah, you might wonder okay, what is the reason for quitting? Well, I already hinted at a little bit in the last episode. It's about how the city looks. It's plainly the looks, layout. I tried to create a skyline over here in the last episode by implementing a few of these buildings using I forgot the guy's name, Overcharge Egg, yeah, that was his name, to get sort of a skyline going. But the reality is, if you look at the map as a whole, and especially this river going through it, and then especially this edge, which is so artificially made. I mean, where would you see something like this in real life, with a highway like that, and then with all these fields over there, and then even a little bit of, a clumped up clusters of residential buildings over here. It's like, sure, in the game it works. I mean, no doubt about that. And the city by itself runs fine. I mean, this speaks for itself. Also, if you take into account the whole production chain, it's running great. This city, no complaints about that. I mean, it's running great. I know the workings of the city, how it works, how to work with services, etc. The whole thing, how to keep the budget proper. That you have enough taxes and whatnot, and keep the people happy, and that you get as less complaining symbols as possible. For example, well, this is not a complaining symbol. This is just an exit from the train. It's not connected. But let's say if we go over the city, left and right, I barely see any complaining symbols, like no workers or something, or no materials or dead bodies or whatever. Let's see. Let's just have. Well, we see some symbols here. This has to do with, there's a little bit of traffic, and these guys are having, let's see, not enough customers, even though there are a lot of residential buildings behind here. Just a little things. I love those big parking lots. That's one thing, but the overall look of this city, while I was busy with it, building it up, when I started originally roughly here, I shaved off a lot of hills here, left and right, and also the changing water levels also did not do any good, even with the new dam and placement over here. Did not really work out well. I rather have like a fixed water level, so you can, for example, build something like this without being worried that it's being flooded. Jumpy game. And also a thing that I really love to do, actually, in City Skylines 2, is trying to get more of the detailing aspect. So a city doesn't need to be this ultra big, but I also don't want too much water surfaces. You know what I mean? And you can definitely see that I've been terraforming this area. So this is also flat, and this is like so. Yeah, not looking natural. It's like you can definitely see that I've been busying around here and try to make space for places to build. And maybe these things, for example, look nice, from close by. These houses, these are the UK terraced houses, but yeah, somehow what I miss is a certain building, apparently. This is a parking lot that is not there anymore. Oh, really? I'm just curious. Is this a building? What is this? Or a parking lot? This is a DVNZ, small parking lot, Park 00. Okay, so apparently it does not exist anymore. Well, anyway, it does not matter. This was a nice idea to try out, this with this dam. And but what I want to do is I want to work more, how shall I say it, smaller to begin with, and a city. If you take a real city, yeah, take go to Google Maps, look to a city in general, then the amount of high rises that you would see in the city would only be limited to basically a tiny spot. Go sit across the how is that lake called, that you can see Chicago in the distance, and you see only in the center area the tall buildings. Same with New York and maybe London or Paris. I mean, every city looks a little bit different, but in general, what you don't want is like high rise there, some high rise here. I don't know what is it. Also some high rise in between here. These are office blocks. I don't know. And then also here in the middle of nowhere, high rise, and even I don't know if we have something here. Two high rise buildings there in the middle of the oil fields, and yeah. It's like and then this. It's not too bad, but it's also, yeah. I kind of am missing something, with all these builds, and I want to try more, also detailing aspects of the game. And more of the micromanagement stuff. Now I know this can be an issue sometimes in the beginning, because in the beginning you are always dealing with the money stuff, but you could start with unlimited money, and then you can turn that off later. That is a possibility. You can unlock all things, or you can just say like, okay, I'm going to unlock it by yourself. That's one of the things, but this game, if I have to be honest, it's like I want to be able to free build stuff, free build stuff without any limitations, not limited by money, not limited by unlocks that I need to do before getting them. So you're immediately starting with Megalopolis, and then you can just make something that looks nice. Now, in all fairness, for whoever is following this city so far, functionality, okay, it might have like an AAA plus. It works great. The transportation is great. There are no traffic jams, as far as I know. It gives a lot of money, nearly $500 million, but still, what is your opinion about the looks of this city? That is something I would like to know. I'd like to hear from you your input, because of course I'm also watching. I always watching what Biffa is doing, and also some other players, and there are some guys who really can make something nice with this game. And building something in this game is not difficult, but making it look nice and believable and realistic and just nice, that is sometimes a little bit of a tricky thing for me. I would say this is kind of interesting, the staggered way of putting these houses here. That's okay. But I know, and that's the interesting fact, I know that I am capable of doing the same things, for example, that for example Biffa is doing. How he details the city, just how he works with the decals, etc., and in the props, and trees, props, benches, beach thingies, you name it. I mean, everything is there, under this tab. Under this asset tabs, everything is there, and I know how to place it, but it's like more what I think is how these guys play is that they work it completely out before they start even making a recording. That's my belief. Now I know that in the case of Biffa, he has like a special video editor, which I don't have. Yeah, I have the program, but not the programmer who does the work for me. So I have to do it myself, and that makes all the extra little bit of the plink and the joink and the bleep and the whatever in there. But nevertheless, I'm inspired by many other YouTubers who play this game, and before I start a new city with an unknown name, with a map I don't know yet which I want to choose, I really like to hear your input and your thought. So if you look at the city and you say like, yeah, if you look at it, what do you think is like nice about it? Yeah, what do you find nice about this? And also tell me, let me know what you don't find nice about this. Me personally, I don't like this big ugly edge over here. Somehow I also don't like, the river, the fact that this is flowing and that the water levels are changing. So I want to avoid that. No rivers, so less water better. And also not so insanely big and like this. It's like this is like massive. How I put this all together, all this stuff, stone mines here, and also squarey as well. It's like blech. It's like it's not even nice, That should be more a mine. Well, I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm not happy with that. Yeah, if it's more. Let's say this is already better, and this is a little bit more. Well, if you look at it, they are still square, but yeah, I think if you build something like this, maybe something like this. This is already has like sort of triangle shapes a little bit. That looks already a little bit better, but I would rather go then for like natural bendy shapes, regarding. These kind of areas. I did do that slightly over here and here, but that's practically the only place where I did it, because the rest is all like straight lines. So yeah, that's basically it, and I want to leave it at that. I want to put this game in the save game map and store it, and maybe I'll load it up in the future to see how well it has aged, if it still wants to load. And and I gladly see your suggestions about this game, and also whether it is wise or a good thing to make a plan before you even make a recording, because even about that I am not always 100% certain. In my case, all recordings that you see here on this channel, they are not scripted in any way. I'm just doing them on the fly. Everything is on the fly, so whatever comes to my mind at a given moment, I will just speak it out. So this is something that I knew that I wanted to say, so I'm saying it. But you say always something extra about this, or maybe about that, or about that. Combine that with the fact that I'm not a native English speaker makes it even more difficult. But I guess you still can understand me. And yeah, like I said, I want to start over fresh, but then in even a better way. I want to see more quality than quantity, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. And that's then the end of this series. 33 is the last episode of Ackton City. So, like I said, I would highly appreciate your comment in the comment section about what could be better, what is actually looking ugly, and and maybe if you know a good map, please give me some name suggestions about maps that are on the Paradox Mods page, then I might download that one and I can use that. But I leave that up to you, or I mean in the sense of like I will see what kind of reactions this video will give, and then I will just think about it, and then later on I will then start to make new recordings. And that's also a thing, by the way, I don't want to make these recordings so long, not like that they last 50 minutes or nearly an hour, because I know that most people, they don't really have the patience for it. Which makes it a little bit tricky, because creativity and little time do not go hand in hand. So that's why often I see, with Biffa, and he does it in a smart way. So he says that I'm going to do this, and then he puts it in a time lapse, then blah, 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 then it goes on, and continuing with the next thing. And so he keeps the episodes, in 20, 30 minutes, sometimes 40, but that's more reasonable to my opinion. But the end result is usually nice, and also with a little bit of storytelling, a little bit of this and that, and some time lapses here and there. And also something that I still don't know how it works is the camera mod. I think this is the first person camera, and this is the photo mode screenshot. I also have to figure out how you can make the a flyby thing over and through a city. That would be nice, because then you can really make some nice videos like before and afters, and just with a little music behind it, and just go through the areas that you painfully have decorated as well. So there are enough ideas, but executing them, that's another thing. But here ends episode 33. Please leave your comment behind, and we will see you soon again. Okay, guys, girls, thank you for watching, and Ackton City out. See you. Bye bye.